Today, this instructional video will tell you the basic 101 about some of the parts which are often neglected in a water treatment plant. Have a look at this diagram of such a plant. This is the process required to cleanse the water from the river, all the way to your very own tap. Engineers often use a much simpler and boring diagram to represent the same thing, which they call a PNID, a piping and instrumentation diagram. This is an example of a PNID for a water treatment plant case study. As you can see, the diagram comes complete with various schematic symbols. These symbols mark the so-called hidden heroes, which keep the whole process safe. The first one here is a compressor, which is used to increase the pressure of a gas. Next to it is a butterfly valve. On the far right is the non-return valve. Valves are used to control the flow of the liquid and to ensure a single direction of liquid flow. And lastly, we have the symbol for a pump, which is used to move the liquid throughout the system.
We will study about two types of valves today. The first being the butterfly valve. It consists of two main parts, the first being the housing part and the lever. If we look into detail, the lever is connected to the spindle, which in turn is connected to the butterfly plate. These parts are responsible for the opening and closing of the valve. A rubber seal, meanwhile, is used to keep the butterfly plate in place. This is how a butterfly valve works. When you open the lever, the butterfly plate's open and water flows in. Meanwhile, this is a non-return valve, which only permits water flow in one direction. So how it works is that water that flows in to the valve pushes the spring up and continues to flow out. However, if water flows in from this direction, it pushes the spring down and it gets blocked, and therefore it cannot continue flowing out. This is another form of a non-return valve. When water flows in to the valve opens, and therefore water can continue to flow. However, if water tries to flow in the other direction, the valve closes and water will get stuck.
Knowing your valve is not enough. You must also know how to assemble them. Here in the first picture we can see the bare housing of the butterfly valve with the black rubber seal. Then we must insert the actual butterfly into the rubber seal. This is the top side of the housing. We insert the upper spindle itself. This is now a view from the other side of the housing. From here we insert the lower spindle and enclose it with a plug screw and a washer. We then attach the ratchet disc, on top of which the handle is placed. For the non-return valve, we first place the valve head into the housing. The spring is then fitted around the valve head. A seal is placed on top and then a cover is placed on top without moving anything as much as possible. Then the cover is locked using hexagonal screws. Isn't it simple?